Today I'm going to show you how to make these fun macrame star Christmas ornaments in the step-by-step tutorial. So let's get started. Oh no, did I get that all over the ornaments? Whoops. So for these ornaments, let me get all the sparkling water off of my workspace. Here's what you'll need to make these macrame star ornaments. I'm using 2mm twisted cotton rope. You see it's pretty small rope, but this works really good for these ornaments. And I'll put a link down in the description where you can grab the same stuff that I'm using here. And you're gonna need 24 pieces of this rope that are 20 inches long. And you're also going to need 12 more pieces that are 10 inches long. You're gonna need a wooden ring that's about 2 inches across. And you'll need 6 wooden beads. These are kind of random color, but it's all I could find left in my stash. And I also did these two with a more neutral color and then this reddish color, but it doesn't matter. Whatever you got will work. These beads are about, 5/16 of an inch. This is how big they are if you want to see. And they have a large hole. These came in a set of a whole bunch of beads that were all together, that were all different sizes. So yeah, you just need something about this size. I recommend grabbing a large eye needle to help thread your beads on, but it's not 100% necessary. If you don't want to use that, you can just feed it through the old-fashioned way. I'm also going to be using a macrame comb to brush out my fringe, and of course a nice pair of scissors. And if you want to hang these ornaments on your Christmas tree, I would grab some ornament hooks, which I have here. You can get these just about anywhere this time of year. It's November right now, by the way. Oh, there is one more thing that I'm going to be using for this, and this is optional. You can also just tape your work down to your surface, but I have a macrame board, which is just like a foam board, and you can pin your work down to it with these T-pins, and it's super duper handy. So that's what I'll be doing. I'll just be putting my ring right there and pinning it in place to make life a little bit easier. All right, so first step, you're gonna grab your long cord, your 22-inch long cords, and we're gonna take one, fold it in half, and we're gonna just attach it to the ring with a lark's head knot. Like that, and then you're going to go ahead and do that with all of these cords until you have them all attached. And don't be concerned if they're kind of like some are tighter than others and whatnot, because that is going to happen. But once we tie the knots, it'll kind of get them all tightened up, so it'll be fine. Alright, so I went ahead and got all those attached, and as you can see, some of them are a little looser, some of them are a little tighter, but you don't really have to worry about that right at this moment. So I'm going to go ahead and pin this down to my board so it won't move around too much. Alright, so I'm just going to start right here with our first little point of our star. So first I'm going to put a bead on. My needle doesn't fit very well through my bead. So I'm just going to do it like this. I'm just going to kind of twist my ends up and feed them through and just twist. This bead's a little weird looking, but we're going to go with it. And then we're going to go ahead and tie our first row of double half hitch knots right around this bead. I'm going to tighten these guys up a little bit. So we're going to start over here on the left side, and I'm going to take this far left cord. See, we are on the cord just to the left of our bead, and I'm going to use that to tie one double half hitch knot going down into the right. So you just go around and then tighten it up. And then do that again. Then we're going to grab one of our short pieces of cord, our little 10-inch pieces, fold it in half evenly, and we're going to attach that to our filler cord before we do the next knot. So we're going to use a cow hitch knot this time to make it blend in with the double half hitch knots. And that's just a lark's head going the other direction. So there we go. Slide that all the way down. There you go, and it'll blend right in. Then you're going to take the left center cord from your bead and tie another double half hitch knot using that. And it's going to go right up here next to where we just added the cord. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side, but in the other direction. So the rightmost cord is our filler cord. Wrap it around. And then get our short 10-inch cord, attach that to the filler cord with a cow hitch knot. Slide it down, and then take the other center cord from the bead and use that to tie the next double half hitch knot. And then we just gotta tie one more knot with the two center cords, so it doesn't matter which way you pick. I would just stick to one direction though and do all of them the same. So I'm doing one more knot going down into the left for this one. And there we go. That's our first little star point. Now we gotta do more. So first what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and put the beads on for each one, just because then once I do that I feel like I kind of know what I'm doing. I know where everything goes, and I wanted to show you. Here's a finished one that I already did. So here's my, say this is our first bead. Then we go 1, 2, 3, 4 cords. This is where we put the next one. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4. So we go on here. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, and that'll be the next one. And you just do that around until you get all 6. And then go ahead and do what we did here for each one. And then I'll meet you back here. Alright, now we're going to do our second row of double half hitch knots, and you can see on this one I just am doing another row around each one. So you'll just need to start wherever you got, whatever side you got facing you is fine. First we're going to kind of get organized. There's 2 cords in the middle of each star spike that hasn't been used yet. And what we're going to do is the right one of this left one we're going to be using, and then the left cord of this right 2 cords we're going to be using. And they'll just be our filler cords for this row of knots. And then this one and this one will be used for this one and this one. So just let them sit there. Pick a side. I'm going to start here on the left, and I'm going to tie 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 double half hitch knots going down and to the right. And now we're going to do the other side. So same thing, get that left cord from right here, from the one that's in between, and then you're going to tie 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 double half hitch knots going down into the left, and then we'll do one more in the center to join the two sides. All right, and I'm gonna do the right cord crossed over the left cord and tie one more double half hitch knot going down into the left, because I just like to do the opposite of what I did in the previous row. That is just my personal preference. You can do it however you like. But there we go, that's our first little point done. So you're just going to rotate around and do the next one and get everybody organized first. Now we'll be using the right cord from this one here, and then we'll find our center cords here between these two spikes. Here we go, and I'll use the left one from that and just do the exact same thing again. I'm just going to go ahead and do the rest of these, and then I'll meet you back here for the next step. Alright, so I got all of the little spikes of our snowflake or our star, or whatever you want to call it, done. So now we just need to cut the excess rope off, and I'm just getting my sharp scissors and I'm going to kind of roughly cut it, but not too roughly. I like to just take each side and then kind of cut it. I like it to be fairly short, so I'm going to do it about here. We'll say maybe that's about 1/2 inch. I just cut it following the direction of the side of the little spike. And you can make your fringe longer if you want. I just really like it short. It's nice and easy to deal with. And then I'm just going to do that for each one. Alright, now the last step, we just got to grab our comb, and I'm just going to trim this one a little shorter because I just noticed it's kind of long. And I'm just using my small side of my macrame comb, and I'm just going to comb out this fringe. And you don't even have to untwist it with this tiny cord, it'll just brush right out. Carefully comb it out so it untwists, and then just kind of fluff it out a little bit. And if you want to make it a little more neat and tidy, you could also use a stiffener, and that would make it a little more, you know, perfect. And then let it dry. You could use either Stiffen Quick spray, or you could use watered down glue, or even like watered down cornstarch. There's a bunch of different ways you can stiffen things like this. I actually have a video that I did not that long ago where I tested several different stiffeners and found my personal favorites. So if you want to look at that, if you're not sure what kind of stiffener to use, I will link to it somewhere. Maybe on the screen right now, I don't know. So if you want, you can tidy yours up a little bit now. I'm not real worried about it. I like the kind of rustic look. And let's be real, I'm going to be throwing this in a box with all my ornaments this year, so next year it ain't going to be perfect no matter what. I'm not real worried. As long as it's not totally crazy, I'm fine with it. So there we go. That is our little finished ornament so far. And then the last little step we have, and I'm going to grab my other two as well. So here is my 3 finished ornaments. And I'm just going to grab my little ornament hook that I have here. And I'm just going to stick this on one of the spikes. And you will want to be careful that you don't they don't fall, they don't pull the knots out. But as long as it's just hanging on the tree, it should be fine. Now, if you don't like how that looks, and you're not even going to be able to see it once it's on a tree, if your tree is green, like mine is, but if you don't like that, you could always use a piece of cord that's the same color and just like thread it through somewhere and make a little hanger. That's another option. There's a lot of ways to make a little hanger for your little ornaments. And get this guy, and then all that's left is we got to go put him on the tree. This one's a little messier. He's kind of gotten a bad hair day, but I'm still just going to let him be. I can relate. All right, and now they're ready to go on the tree. Well, I hope you enjoyed that tutorial. I thought these ornaments were super duper fun and easy to make, and I think they look so festive. They could be really fun earrings. But yeah, so I hope you made some of these cute macrame ornaments this year. And if you did, I would love to hear about it. So let me know down in the comments. And also be sure to check in the description of this video. I'll have links to the blog post and to some other Christmas ornament patterns that I have. If you're looking for some more macrame Christmas fun, the only thing left to do is go hang these guys on the tree. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, please don't forget to hit like and subscribe so you don't miss any of my future videos. Thanks for watching.